So if you were to recommend one thing that could help alleviate the problem right now without overly complex or just illogical legislation being proposed, or reports from people who are on the outside looking in, would you have one key sort of like hearing or one key sort of suggestion that you think could help lower bail or just get people out of custody? Because that's the real issue with bail reform right now, getting people out of custody.
Absolutely. You need to have a bail hearing for, let's say, misdemeanors within 3 days. For C felonies, maybe a week, and then for maybe B and A felonies, maybe 2 weeks. They can stagger a little bit, but you need to have a bail hearing mandated by the statute. As it is right now, it is upon the defendant to get a lawyer who will come see him, discuss his case with him, and then file a bail motion. And again, most of the public defenders, the people aren't even really referred to the public defenders for representation until after they've been charged, which means they've been in custody for sometimes more than a month or to 6 weeks before they actually get a public defender assigned to their case. So the easiest, no frills, no money deal is they have courtrooms, they have judges, they have prosecutors. They just need to require a hearing. At least, I would say 70% of all cases would get resolved where either the bail can be reduced or whatever. I just need 3 days to bring my client in, bring somebody in with him, say this is where he lives, we got a letter from his work, this is he can bring in his bank statement. There's all kinds of things we can do to show the judge that there's other ways we can deal with this. Otherwise, the prosecutor, they just go in secret before the judge and say, I want this bail based on nothing more than the charged offense. So that's the simplest, easiest solution right there. That will clear up the backlog for most of the people. Then there are the more serious offenders, more serious charges, and those need a more in-depth look because the allegations are more serious, the risks are more serious, but at least then you can focus the resources. Intake Service Center then will be looking and making serious reports and studies on 20% of the population rather than 100% of the population. We don't need an Intake Service Center report or a pretrial bail report on 70% of the cases. So these bills do nothing to address that. They just say, get a pretrial bail report for everybody who's been arrested. And that's just not going to happen. There's too many cases. Hawaii's not going to add another couple $1 million to their budget to hire a bunch of intake service center workers to prepare these bail reports.